There was a land that decided to have no more grades. They were tired of trying to keep up the charades, for when they used grades or numbers or both, it did not always reflect their learning and growth. Students could do what they were told they should, but didn't know if it was right. They'd ask, "Is this good?" The leaders had so much more they were yearning, like standards-based, authentic assessment for learning. They replaced grades and numbers with targets and rubrics. A more accurate reflection proved quite therapeutic. But it wasn't straightforward. They had a hill to climb. Challenges arose that tested each's paradigm. The parents, confused, felt left in the dark. "It's vague and unclear, just give them a mark." The parents, they worried. "How will this affect college? This report doesn't tell me the rank of her knowledge." The students, they saw it as one big free ride. Their motivation and effort just pushed aside. The teachers found their marks books looked a bit strange. Now, most students now fit in the same big, broad range. The leaders, they thought it was the answer, the key. "It's the thing that will change education, you see. It's research-based, exciting, and new. Just unlearn and change everything that you do." The teachers, they wondered, "Isn't it all just the same? We've swapped letters for words in a rebranded name." The problems were real and oh so discouraging. Weren't all the students supposed to be flourishing? Instead, they saw ambivalence and mediocrity. Intrinsic motivation wasn't common, you see. Neither teachers nor students had seen this idea through. It was the learning itself that held the value. The elders, they gathered to find a solution. Who knew this would start such a strong revolution? Did we water down assessment? This is quite concerning. Can we simply rely on the joy of learning? The first thing they found as they learned of these trends, what mattered most was a shift in their lens. It's not about leveling or the grades they were earning. The point was to focus on the growth and the learning. Next, give strong direction, an elder would tell. Let's focus on doing just one thing quite well. They chose targets to make learning's purpose quite clear. The teachers, they got it. It began to adhere. The students saw targets in reading and math. It was so much simpler with a clear learning path. They needed to have chances to see where they are and know where they're going, both near and far. The last thing they needed, the real thing that mattered, and without it, their gradeless hopes would be shattered. The difference, the mystery to unzip, teach learners just how to take ownership. The students were taught how to set goals and make choices. Amazing things happen when you give them their voices. They started setting goals based on what they could do, and now there was investment and interest. It's true. One learner set a goal to read for 1 hour. He read here and there, everywhere but the shower. His plan was a sign to help him remember, and we watched as his fire grew from an ember. With feedback and standards and time to reflect, when they did self-assess, the dots would connect. I know where I'm strong and what needs to grow. I've got the right tools. I'm ready to go. The parents joined in, got involved in assessment. This proved to be such great return on investment. When students, teachers, parents all shared the intent, they now understood what report cards had meant. Students spoke of their journeys, both the good and the bad, describing the learning, the mistakes that they had. Because they had targets and to them it made sense, they could show growth and learning and give evidence. So if you want to visit this great gradeless land, Let their learning lend you a hand. You'll need to replace grading with something more treasured and think of a different way learning is measured. Leaders, shift that lens and give clear direction. Let students own learning with goals and reflection. It is truly then that we'll start to see gains. Students, it's yours, so go take the reins.